What's up? Welcome back to Nowstalgia. Dave here with my 2023 Emmy nominations predictions. These Emmy nominations are going to come out on July 12th. I had to make sure I get these out, talk about what's going down. Of course, the Emmys are going to happen on September 18th. The voting is closed, so pretty soon we'll know what's up. These eligible shows are from June 1st, 2022 till May 31st of this year, 2023. So a whole year's worth of time once again. And there was one key change to how the Emmy voting is going down this year, which I think will have a positive impact on the Emmys. That would be that it is no longer a vote for as many nominees as you feel are deserving type prompt. It is actually a fixed number of nominees for categories. And this is good because the kind of unlimited approach that we had in the past few years had an unintended effect of gravitating towards a smaller number of really popular shows getting a lot of nominations. Look at Succession's cast, Ted Lasso's cast is kind of running it up, right? That's because people love those shows. It's going to kind of build up in a populist way. When you fix it out, fix the number of nominees, people are going to naturally gravitate towards spreading the wealth, trying to recognize more. And I think it'll be positive for recognizing more shows, which is, I think, good and what we want to see the Emmys do. So looking forward to seeing how that bears out, but I think it'll be good. But yeah, let's just kind of get into it, right? We got 3 categories: comedy, drama, limited series. So I'm going to go through the series noms as well as actor, actress, supporting actor, supporting actress. So let's go through the big categories here, and then I'll be reacting to the actual nominations when they come out on July 12th. And of course, I'll be doing my actual Emmy predictions in September before the awards actually happen. So make sure you come back for that and subscribe. So let's go into a comedy series. So I think comedy series is actually pretty strong this year. It was pretty thin during the pandemic as less stuff was available, but it's really come around this year. You have Ted Lasso, Abbott Elementary, The Bear, Only Murders in the Building, Barry, Wednesday, Shrinking, Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, Poker Face, and What We Do in the Shadows. I think that's like a pretty consistent top 10. You know, Lasso, Abbott, previous winners, Maisel, previous winner back in the day, Barry, winner of categories in the past. Brand new newcomer with a lot of congratulations in The Bear showing up. Apple with another show they want to put their money behind with Shrinking. Wednesday, absolutely huge hit for Netflix, right? Poker Face, one of the biggest hits Peacock has ever had. And of course, something very consistent, arguably the funniest show of them all, What We Do in the Shadows. I think it's a really good mix. I don't really know if anything can really crack that in there besides Atlanta. The final season of Atlanta is technically in the mix here. I'm a bit skeptical if it'll actually get through, though. I thought Atlanta season 4 was actually amazing. Probably the second best Atlanta season. But I don't know. It feels like it's a bit muted on that front, which is a bit undeserved, no doubt. It was one of the best shows of last year. Atlanta's one of the best shows of the last 10 years. I would definitely take out Only Murders in the Building for Atlanta, but we'll see if that actually happens. Reservation Dogs, Rami, I'm not sure if that's going to happen. I know some people like Dave, The Great, Dead to Me, Jury Duty, a newcomer. I don't really see any of that happening. So I think it'll be pretty predictable. I think the one thing to watch is, does Atlanta get in, and is there any other surprise for comedy series? Moving on to comedy actress, also a really nice category because you have the past winner, Quinta Brunson, coming up against a previous winner as well, Rachel Brosnahan for Maisel, newcomer with Jenna Ortega and Wednesday, Natasha Lyonne for Peacock. And then the last spot, I don't know, is it Selena Gomez for Only Murders? Is it Elle Fanning for The Great, who's been nominated in the past? Not too sure. I think it's the battle of Quinta Brunson versus Rachel Brosnahan. And considering Maisel's like critical and popular like overall wane and dip, I think it's pretty easy that Quinta Brunson's going to run this back and get recognized once again. But Natasha Lyonne would be a nice win because, much like Russian Doll, Peacock is another example of showcase for her as an actor. I like that category. Comedy actor is really impressive. You had Jeremy Allen White for The Bear, Sudeikis, previous winner for Ted Lasso, Bill Hader, previous winner for Barry, Steve Martin and Martin Short for Only Murders, and then the last one, Donald Glover for Atlanta, the previous winner. Could it be Jason Segel for Shrinking? Could it be one of the What We Do in the Shadows cast? Probably not, but that'd be nice. Really stacked. I would love Jeremy Allen White to win this, considering he hasn't won before. He's going up against previous winners, and it's just a tour de force performance in The Bear. Super deserving. I would really be rooting for that. So we'll see. Comedy supporting actress, also pretty impressive. Cheryl Lee Ralph, the previous winner for Abbott. Hannah Waddingham, a previous winner for Ted Lasso. Ayo Edebiri for The Bear. Janelle James for Abbott. And then perhaps Alex Borstein, previous winner for Maisel. Sarah Goldberg in the mix for Barry. Juno Temple in the mix for Ted Lasso. Pretty solid. I'll be rooting for Io Beery for sure with the Bear, but that's a nice category. Comedy supporting actor. Tyler James Williams for Abbott, previous winner. Brett Goldstein for Ted Lasso, previous winner. Henry Winkler for Barry, previous winner. Anthony Kerrigan for Barry. Last spot, could it be Tony Shalhoub, previous nominee for Maisel? Evan Moss Baccarat for The Bear, would love it. Nick Mohammed, previous nominee for Ted Lasso. Harrison Ford for Shrinking. Not sure. I'm not really sure about that last one. I don't have a good feel for that. I'm really confident the top 4 will get in there, though. And in terms of who I'm rooting for, I'm not really sure. I'd be happy with any of those. I'm really rooting for Evan Moss Baccarat, I think. There's a lot of Bear love for me right now. But that's comedy. Drama series. Of course, the big dog here. Succession, White Lotus, Last of Us, House of the Dragon. That's 4 HBO heavy hitters. Crazy. Better Call Saul, season 6, the second half. Remember, that was split up. The first half of season 6 was in the last Emmy period. The second half was in this Emmy period. They kind of did the chicanery with that, but it's within the rules. So the last chance for Saul to win anything is this year. So second half is still all season 6. The Crown, the most recent season. Yellow Jackets season 2. Andor in the mix. Yellowstone in the mix. Things that I would love to see but won't happen. Industry season 2 on HBO. That'd be amazing. The Boys in the mix for season 3. Mandalorian season 3, probably not. Rings of Power on Amazon, probably not. 1923, the Yellowstone spinoff, probably also worth considering here. Although I feel like they're running that in drama, even though it's a limited series. So that's a bit strange. But anyway, yeah, I think it's going to be Succession for sure. But it'll be curious like what the last half of the nominees are. But I think House of the Dragon will get in, and it'll just be 4 HBO bangers, basically back to back to back to back. Obviously, Saul would be awesome if Saul could have won this, but alas, Succession season 4 is going to take no prisoners, I think. Drama actress, Sarah Snook for Succession, my fave for sure. Melanie Linsky for Yellow Jackets, previous winner. Bella Ramsey, newcomer with The Last of Us. Imelda Staunton, who's the latest Queen Elizabeth in The Crown. Emma Darcy for House of the Dragon. I think that's the 5, but Elizabeth Moss is still in the mix for Handmaids. Kerry Russell with The Diplomat on Netflix, which is very popular. I would not sleep on that happening. Also, Helen Mirren, 1923. I feel like that's the mix, that's the pool here. I kind of have a feeling Kerry Russell could sneak in here over Imelda Staunton, even though Crown has been strong with the Emmys in the past. Maybe over Emma Darcy. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty confident Snook, Linsky, and Ramsey are there. Drama actors, very loaded. Jeremy Strong, Succession. Bob Odenkirk, The Last Half of Saul. Kieran Culkin, Succession. Pedro Pascal, Last of Us. Brian Cox, Succession. Jeff Bridges for The Old Man. Patty Considine, House of the Dragon. Diego Luna, Andor. Harrison Ford, 1923. Anthony Starr is my dream pick for The Boys. That won't happen. I think Strong, Odenkirk, Culkin, Pascal are definitely in. Cox is probably a definite 2, but he has such a small role in Succession season 4 that, I don't know, could Disney get Diego Luna in there? Probably not. And I think HBO would run Cox over Patty Considine. Although this is Patty Considine's like one chance to get nominated for House of the Dragon. That would be kind of nice. I thought he was great. But yeah, I think Cox will get in there. I have no problem with Succession running it up. It shows that good. Drama supporting actress. This one's also quite stacked. Jennifer Coolidge for White Lotus, Aubrey Plaza for White Lotus, and Megan Fahey for White Lotus. I think at least 2 of those are going to get in there. Maybe Fahey doesn't, but Coolidge and Plaza definitely in. Rhys Seehorn for The Last Bit of Saul. Elizabeth Debicki for The Crown as Princess Diana. J. Smith Cameron for Succession. I think that's the mix. I would love Olivia Cook to get in here for House of the Dragon. She would be my number 1 choice of any House of the Dragon cast member. We'll see. Christina Ricci is also here for Yellow Jackets in the mix. I'm not too sure. I think maybe J. Smith Cameron doesn't get in with the new Emmy voting, and Succession doesn't run up that many noms in terms of cast, but I don't know. It feels like it's possible, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know if we need 3 White Lotus noms in one category. We'll see, but I think that's the mix. Drama supporting actor, Matthew McFadyen for Succession, Nick Braun for Succession, Alan Ruck for Succession. Feeling good about all 3 of those, to be honest. Giancarlo Esposito in the mix here for Saul. F. Murray Abraham for White Lotus, given the controversy, in terms of allegations against F. Murray Abraham. Maybe that doesn't happen anymore for White Lotus. That would leave open Matt Smith in House of the Dragon or Alexander Skarsgård in Succession, I'd be rooting for Skarsgård. I think it's one of his best performances in his whole career. That'd be sick. Although that would be 4 Succession people in the category, which feels tough. It's a great Connor Roy season, so I think Alan Ruck is really deserving. I don't believe he got nominated every single time in the past. Man, they're all so good. I mean, McFadden has to win. He's, as Tom, like, he was that good in Succession. He's my pick. I wouldn't mind taking Esposito out, given he's been nominated plenty of times in the past. No problem with me. Also want to know, guest actor in a drama has some really interesting choices this year. You have Murray Bartlett and Nick Offerman from that one episode of The Last of Us, and also Andy Serkis from Andor. I would love it if any of those win. I'm probably going to bet on Offerman being the winner there. And then lastly, we have limited series. I think this is a bit weaker year for limited series, for miniseries in general. It's often stacked, but I don't know. I wasn't as grabbed by this crop as I had been in the past. You have Monster, the Jeffrey Dahmer story on Netflix, which is a monster hit, of course. Beef on Netflix, one of my favorite shows of the year. It's my favorite thing in the category by far. Blackbird on Apple. Fleischman in Trouble on FX and Hulu. Daisy Jones and the Six on Amazon. I think that's the 5. I mean, in the mix, you have George and Tammy, not super critically adored. The English on Amazon. I don't know if that's popular enough. White House Plumbers on HBO didn't really make the noise people thought. And then you have Swarm on Amazon Prime, Mrs. Davis on Peacock. I think those shows are a bit too weird, too out there to get nominated. Those are probably 2 of the most interesting picks you can make and probably deserve to be there. A show like Obi-Wan Kenobi wasn't liked enough to break through here. So I'd love to see like Swarm and Mrs. Davis get in there, but I don't know. It's a bit of a nothing category. I didn't love Daisy Jones and the Six. Monsters, Ryan Murphy. It was popular, but Fleischman in Trouble people liked. Blackbird, I think, is fine. Beef is my pick for sure. I'm rooting for Beef. That's that. Limited actress, you have Chastain from George and Tammy, Emily Blunt for The English, Ali Wong for Beef, my pick, Riley Keough, Daisy Jones and the Six. And the last one, I don't know, Elizabeth Olsen, Love and Death, which is, I guess, in the mix for limited series technically. Rachel Weisz for Dead Ringers, again, a show that I think is a bit too weird to break through, but you never know. I don't know. I think there'll be some surprises with that one. Limited actor, I think there's a lot of like big names in the mix. Evan Peters for Dahmer, Taron Egerton for Blackbird, Stephen Yeun for Beef, my guy, Michael Shannon for George and Tammy, Daniel Radcliffe for The Weird Al Thing, Sam Claflin for Daisy Jones, probably not. People didn't like that performance, but I don't know. Jesse Eisenberg for Fleischman, Woody Harrelson for White House Plumbers. Yeah, not really too sure. Like where that's gonna go. I'd love Stephen Yeun to win, but I don't have a good feel for this one at all. In general, like I said, I think it's a bit of a weaker year. Limited supporting actress, Niecy Nash for Monster, Jeffrey Dahmer story, Claire Danes for Fleischman, Maria Bello for Beef, maybe, Olivia Colman for Great Expectations, I guess, Ashley Park for Beef. I don't know. That one seems incredibly thin, so that also is room for surprise. I don't have a good feel for that one either. Limited supporting actor, maybe a little bit better. Paul Walter Hauser for Blackbird, Ray Liotta for Blackbird. People like Paul Walter Hauser, he's great. Maybe that's the favorite there. You have Richard Jenkins for Jeffrey Dahmer, Donald Gleason for The Patient. I don't know. I think Limited's a big crapshoot, and it's usually not like that. Limited's often very stacked, especially because a lot of shows that start out as limited series run in that category in their first season, like The White Lotus, for example, and they become ongoing series after that, and then it changes. So we just don't really have a show that feels like that right now. Like Monster will continue, but not about Jeffrey Dahmer, so it's totally fine to be in that category. And it does seem like Beef is in fact a limited series. So alas, there we are. I think drama, very stacked, even if it's probably a bit of a easy to read where that's going with Succession. Comedy, though, I think there's a bit more room for change. And limited, I think, is a crapshoot. So we'll see what happens with the nominations on July 12th. But let me know, who do you really want to see nominated? Who are you worried that won't get nominated, that you really want to win? For me, shout out Industry. That's my number one pick for sure, that I don't think is going to get much of anything, but really deserves it. It was my number 2 show of last year. Alas, here we are. But yeah, check in on July 12th when I do the reactions. Let me know what you think. And for more Emmy talk, more TV reviews, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.